All right, guys. So I was just laying in my room and I was been, reflecting on how I've been able to make so much progress recently. And I noticed that there's actually one thing that I did change, let's say, compared to last year in terms of how I train, eat, and rest. But the most important of those three is actually the rest part, and like, why do people say, take your rest days? Why do people say your rest days are important to take? Well, that's because I'm going to simplify it in a way that'll make it very easy to understand. So although, the process of working out isn't just tearing down muscle, like it is that, but there's more to it. But although like working out is like the actual like part where you get the pump, your muscles get fatigued, you go through all of that and you get the pump and you get bigger in the moment, that's not actually you getting bigger. That's the pump, right? So you say, okay, so, how do I manage to get bigger, or how do I ensure that, like where does this getting size come from? And it's actually the rest days that you take. And a lot of people don't know this, but you grow when you're recovering. You grow when you're outside of the gym, when you're getting in the calories, when you're taking a day off, when you're doing the stretching, when you're doing the walking, the running, drinking your water. Like, the actual part of being in the gym and getting a pump, obviously, like, that's, you're getting bigger maybe in the moment, but like your muscles need to fully recover to be able to grow. Because, like, yes, when you are working out, you're breaking down those muscles, and through eating and proper recovery, you're building them back bigger and stronger. So what does that mean? If you work out 7 days a week and you don't give yourself any time to recover, right? Your muscles will just be broken down all the time. And no matter how well you eat, if you don't take a full day off to like really just, like, guys, the process of weightlifting itself already puts your body in a different state than when you're on your resting, you don't touch any weights at all, right? And like, your body can tell like when you're trying to do hypertrophy, when you're actually trying to train, because you can pick up heavy stuff on your days off, or like you can carry a heavy grocery bag, and that's not your muscle getting torn down, that's not the same thing as doing reps. And so when you take that full day off of just no weightlifting, no weights, nothing like that whatsoever, you're allowing your body to fully recover itself, because you're not like in that training state, like your muscles can actually relax and know like, okay, today, no strain, no stimulus. Like, I talk about stimulus a lot in terms of, to grow the muscle you need to stimulate it, but to grow it you also need to not stimulate it 24/7, right? Doesn't just mean the more you stimulate your muscles, the more you train, the bigger you will be. Because again, you don't grow when you're training, you grow when you're outside of the gym. When you're eating, when you're resting, when you're sleeping, that's when you are getting bigger, right? So I'm making this video because I just had the thought. I didn't know about this information when I started a year ago. Like, I was training all the time, I was eating very little, and I was not, I was making progress, but not as much as I am now. And so what's one thing I would have told myself back then, if I could, it would be, take your rest days seriously. Take 2 rest days a week. Like, there is the whole Mike Menster, take 3 rest days, take 4 rest days, train for only 30 minutes. Technically, you could go that route, but everybody's genetics are different, so everybody has a different sweet spot. For me, 1 rest day a week, I could get away with it, but realistically, you want to take 2 a week, right? Because imagine you're taking 1 rest day a week, you're giving your body 24 hours to repair, fully repair, right? Because on a rest day, it's no weights whatsoever. Like, maybe you do abs, but I don't even train abs. Rest day, completely nothing, right? So you really give your body that full 24 hours and a little more to actually fully recover, right? But even just doing that once a week isn't enough, because if your training is hard, you'll know, like, maybe you'll be sore. Like, my last leg day, I was sore for 2 days after, and I had to stretch to get my legs back to normal, but they came back bigger because, I took my recovery seriously. So the point being is, if you're not already doing it, take 2 rest days a week. Like, as much as you might think, oh, being in the gym more equals being bigger, you grow when you're outside of the gym. But If you guys enjoyed this little commentary educational video, then, you know, like, subscribe, share this insightful information. If anyone needs like proof or credit that this works, like, I am jacked, as we can all tell. The leanness, you know, all that stuff, that's genetic, but like, still, the information that I say is the information that I use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.